Well, here we are for a dry qualifying session for the Trans Nation Formula One World Championship GP3 category. Monza, one of the most iconic tracks in Formula One history, will play host to round 13 for this Trans Nation Championship, with 11 drivers set out to try and prove themselves to see how they fare in this coming. I'm Brett Keenan, joined in commentary with Harrison Colville and Stewart, McKenzie Stewart. So boys, we've had two very interesting races this weekend already, both pretty much coming into the wet conditions. Looks like it's pretty dry for this one. I wonder what it's going to be like for the race. So first of all, I've just got news from a couple of the drivers that it's clear all weekend. So we are expecting a dry race. So look forward to seeing that. So it'll be an interesting thing. And Harrison, welcome to the Combox. It's fresh out of your second place in F1, your first outing for the F1 community. So who do you think, being in this category beforehand, who do you think is going to take the top step in both qualifying and the race?
I reckon PM&A for pole position in qualifying, but I reckon Mason or NZ Pro is going to get the top step. He's shown good pace in practice all week, so we'll see how he goes. One
of the interesting things I just noticed is that I don't think PM&A actually picked his car when it came to the lobby selection, but he still managed he did. Oh no, actually no, because with the whole matchmaking system, like if you don't select your car, it'll put you on the next car that doesn't have a driver, or maybe he selected it last second when we didn't see it because Jay's in the Williams as well. And Big Mike's retired. He's already in the fence, and that's coming out of the returns. That's coming out of
second
the second
Lesmo.
Yeah, the second Lesmo.
Yeah. After Big Mike's return to the category after being away for a few weeks with quite a bad illness, it's quite unfortunate to see him. I was looking forward to seeing what sort of pace he'd bring back.
And given he's in the
Jordan starting his flying back.
And given he's in the Ferrari, it's probably a bit contradictory as well. But definitely a good bounce back for Ferrari this season, today. So, of course, we've had a win in the F1 with Black Mamba 0113 taking glory there. Toro Rosso taking victory in the GP2 with
that's still under scrutiny. And remember that, Brett.
Yeah, fair play. And at the moment, so I just got it. I thought Banana Josh was actually missing from the grid, but so it's surprising to see that Jordan Dittmer, and in fact Big Mike was also on the softs as well. So
Banana Josh is looking like he's going to do his lap on the softs as well. I think he's just leaving the pit lane. Yeah, Banana Josh is on the softs as well.
So definitely a different strategy. It definitely came to the point with the F1 strategy that starting on the mediums and going to the super softs was the clear strategy. Of course, rain did pay wind to that, but starting on the softs could make a good one stop, but I'd say you're going to have to be really pushing it. So we're just going to try and figure out now who.
Jordan. It's Jordan, I think.
Yeah, Jordan's just coming out of Parabolica.
A high 23 maybe? Yeah, actually mid 23, not bad, Jordan.
23.5, so that's pretty good pace actually. That's roughly about that's actually 14.
XNZ Pro's coming out of Parabolica now.
Oh, Habs Life on top with a 23.3. And that's actually faster than his GP2 time. XNZ Pro with a 22.1.
22.1.
So the Red Bull driver clearly on the prowl. Next to Naomi 92's gone up to P2.
22.4 from the current check. Where's Earl?
Earl just started. 22.7.
Well, so PM&A not quite on it. So what's Earl Langdang going to do? He's coming through. He's actually just
Curva Grande up to the second chicane. 26.5 in the first sector. That's a sort of pace that the top GP2 drivers were running.
And Bryce KYC's just gone to P7. Nuda 41's just gone up to P4.
It looks like XZ Pro's on another flyer. He's half a second up on his current time, so
could be into the 21s. We're just having a look. I mean, the GP2 times are in the 20s. The F1 times, of course, were under wet qualifying. So
Earl and Dang and Banana Josh are, oh no, but Earl's coming through Parabolica now.
NZ Pro's gone wide through Parabolica.
He's still
going
improved.
faster.
21.9. So what does Earl do? It's going to be a 22 flat.
Oh, 22 flat.
Puts him P2. So the two championship contenders are going to duke it out. We'll see what Banana Josh does, because he's about to come through Parabolica. And of course he's on the soft tyre, so got a sector.
Oh, it's where it's like KYC and the other Renault just out of Ascari lost it.
Yeah, Banana Josh quite wide coming out of Parabolica. P6 on a set of soft, so he's the best of the soft runners. Jordan Dittmer. So I've got to say, actually, Habs for Life at the moment is quite standing out quite a bit, actually, with P5 at the moment. Definitely looks to be a bit more on pace than what a lot of others would have suggested. Yeah, well, now obviously Toro Rosso's home race as well. You might if you remember that, boys. So obviously Toro Rosso won a good showing, considering March is unavailable this weekend. So the only Toro Rosso out on track. That's 10.2. So CAJ with his throttle issue that he came to find out about in a couple of hours before the race, down in P9 at the moment, 2.7 seconds off the pace. So everyone's in.
Yep.
Well, everyone apart from Banana Josh, but I can imagine he's
3.5 behind, 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, he's running lean. Yeah, so everyone will be in for the last 3 or 4 minutes of the session, where everyone will head back out, and it looks like Jordan's first guy out on the super soft, so he's obviously P8. Not too bad from Jordan though. Like he's definitely stepped up his qualifying pace. He's definitely showing himself up. Like he's definitely improved throughout the season so far. But yeah,
bit of team radio there. Just a bit of team radio there from XNZ Pro saying shedding his condolences to Mike, who's gone to the medical ward for just a quick check over. I'm sure he'll be fine. He'll be the only guy to start on fresh tyres. If the race is dry, like they say, Mike will be the only guy on fresh tyres. So he could have an advantage. And he could start on the mediums too and do a proper convincing one stop as well. So yeah. So if Mike can avoid all the turn 1 calamities, he could in fact put himself right up front, and Nuda's going back out on the softs. Yep. So what we're going to do now is take on board Jordan Dittmer 711's Force India, do a lap around the Monza circuit free from commentary. So sit back, turn your audio up and enjoy. So there you have it, one flying lap on board Jordan Dittmer's Force India, and I've got to say it was quite a smooth lap there from the New Zealander, just trucking along. So he didn't improve though. He must have
got a little bit wide.
He
got a bit wide at turn 2 and just got into the gravel trap a little bit, so that's where he lost a bit of time.
Nuda's in the fence.
Yeah, just trying to find out where that was, and then just got a glimpse of a ghosting Red Bull. So 2 minutes left on the clock. That is a session over. So for Naomi 92, this is critical. He needs to find basically 0.4 of a second if he wants to take pole, or at least 3.3 of a second to try and displace Erlang Dang.
Jay's coming around the final corner now in the other Williams, so... Oh, is that a little bit wide? I don't think so. This could be quite a good lap for the Canadian. It's a 1:22.1. So he's obviously got a handle on those throttle problems that he's complaining of earlier.
Well, we'll see what his teammate can do, because if this plays out, CAJ will out-qualify his teammate for the first time this season.
And what will Earl and Stefan do? I think Earl's coming through Ascari now. Yeah, he is.
We'll see what this reaps, but it's going to be line ball. So effectively, if it wasn't for the second lap from XNZ Pro, Erlang Dang would be on pole. From now, well, at the moment it would be from CAJ. So we'll see. I don't think this is going to.
Earl's just come through the final corner now.
It's no improvement, not by a long shot.
And I think Jay's backed out of his lap. Maybe not.
We'll see what Naomi 92 can do. He's been in the commentary box. He's been up since 3 a.m. this morning, commentating for both GP2 and F1. So will this affect his driving ability? Well, currently he's P4 at the moment, so you wouldn't think so. Banana Josh to the top.
Josh pole.
21.4, so he's giving the Ferrari boys something to cheer about. Could Ferrari get 3 in a row? Now we know 2 crosses does not improve. In fact, actually, sorry, he does improve. But
XNZ Pro 21.2, but his lap was invalidated. But he has got enough fuel to do one more run.
Yep, everyone else is starting to abort. So is Naomi 92 going to carry on? It looks like he is.
Yeah, now he's got 2 laps extra fuel, so he's definitely carrying on.
PMA just got really ragged through the first of the Lismos. I'm going to get it right this time around. But yeah, so what is
Has Life coming around coming down the last straight?
No, now when
Stefan's pulled out it.
Now he's retired.
PMA's actually pulled the fastest second sector.
Here comes Jonathan around the final corner. Let's see what Habs for Life can do. It's going to be a 22.6, but it was an invalidation, so that's a session over.
So here comes PMA really round ragged. 22 flat, so that's put him ahead of CAJ. So CAJ
XNZ Pro, last man he can. Oh, and he's improved.
Banana Josh into the 21. And XNZ Pro's backed off. So Ferrari, 3 in a row. They are back.
Well, we like to think so, but.
So here's the result. So it's Ferrari and Red Bull on the front row of the grid. Erlang Dang and PMA, P3 and 4. CAJ, Naomi 92. Jordan Dittmer, Habs for Life, New to 41, Rise KYC. So it's 1 Ferrari at the front, 1 Ferrari at the back. What can we see for the GP3 race? Stay tuned to find out.